It's just fun being on set and interacting with the kids and watching them grow and watching them chase their dreams.
That's what it's about.
It's totally about that.
Speaking of kids, you have sons, huh? How old are your kids?
I have 2 boys, 17, 14, and my nephew, he's 23, and he's been living with us since he was 13. So we are a all-boy household, definitely.
I love that.
Yeah, my wife is, yeah, she's tired of hearing loud feet in the house.
Do they ever give you, like my son, he'll give me different advice, like you should have this person on the show and this person. Do your boys do you like that?
My children give me advice and they don't know they are.
Oh, okay.
Like they'll say that they don't like a song of mine, or they'll say like, Dad, you kind of look stupid doing that.
That sound like boys.
And I'm like, well, they don't realize that they're telling me, you know, just real honestly. Yeah, they'll be in the car, they'll be in my truck, and I'll be playing them a new song. And if they really don't say anything about the new song or request it the next time we get in the car, I'm like, yeah, they don't like it.
They don't like it.
So they got their little subtle ways of telling me how to keep it real.
Oh, they keep you cool. I understand that. Now, you've been married for 20 years?
Close to 20.
Close to 20 years. That is a blessing. How did you and your wife meet?
We met in the most beautiful scenario, a college bar.
Okay.
It was a college bar, and we were both going to college, and it was a total deal where I saw her in the bar and kind of made my way over there and told my stupid little one-liners, and here we are, 18 and a half years later.
It clearly worked.
I need some, so when is the big 20, like on the 20 year, is that like, which jewelry advice do you get for 20?
Diamonds.
Diamonds?
Yeah.
But I thought it was, is it the 25, what's the 25?
What? Oh, okay.
Wait, what was that, $1 million?
$1 million. Yes. $1 million. Let's start with the diamonds.
Such a costly trip to the show. So diamonds are for 20.
For 20, so you can get to 25. You see that year 25, then you get $1 million, right? Right, y'all? Where y'all at? Okay, let me ask you this. How would you describe yourself as a judge?
I think we're pretty, as a judging panel, I think obviously early in Idol, I think what made American Idol so successful was the brutally honestness of a lot of times Simon.
I was a part of that.
Yeah, you were probably, so was Carrie.
Yes.
So
it's different.
She, there was even a time that Carrie was really, really working hard. I think she thought that Paula was really not going to let her go through in a lot of scenarios.
She thought that?
So it was, but I think this day and age, I think as judges and me, we want to, I know if I'd have been in that scenario, I may have not have performed.
What would you have to perform?
Well, I probably would have done like a Brooks and Dunn Neon Moon song. I thought I had that dialed in at the time. But so I think as a judge, we want to really, really be encouraging because kids can leave that environment and really go work and become a better songwriter, become a better singer. And so we don't want to like totally put the end of their dreams if they're not ready for American Idol. But when you got to get real too, at some point you got to tell them, you're not that good either. But sadly, and Carrie just had a tough time saying no this year.
Did she?
Because me and Lionel would be like, Carrie, you got to tell them no. Just tell them no. And she finally got a little used to it.
It's harder for her than you and Lionel?
It was harder for her in the start. But it's always tough looking someone in the eye and saying you're not going to make it through. So,
yeah, that's what it's all about, being a judge. But y'all do such a great job.
Well, like I said, I think the show is about uplifting kids. And kids these days, they get on the show and then there's snippets of the show and they're reading comments about themselves. So you never know how they're processing their moments on the show. So at the end of the day, we want it to have been like a really, really awesome experience for them, and hopefully a big learning experience, and they can propel their music career whichever way they want to go.
It's a great platform, so I'm sure they'll learn a lot from that.
Right.
And I love that y'all have Jelly Roll. He's a part of the season.
Well,
what is it like working with him?
Jelly Roll is like, I mean, he's so inspiring,
Yes.
and so he's like everybody's preacher. I mean, when you leave Jelly Roll's presence, you're like, God, I mean, he lights up the room. You feel his heart, and I
Yes.
think him working with these kids and him being able to really explain his trajectory in music and how everybody's trajectory and path looks different.
It's different.
His was very different. Yours was different. Mine was different. But I think what he's going to do and is doing an amazing job at just being another support
Yes.
person for these kids and uplifting them, and nobody, like I said, Jelly Roll uplifts me. He gets me waking up wanting to be better. So, so we're honored to have him on there. He's a blast to be around.